Yogi Moogie.
Press record. I'm going to mute you all.
Only time you can.
To start seated. So come to a comfortable seat. And you might like to sit up on a block. If you feel like you're uncomfortable and rocking backwards, if you sit up on a block or a pillow, that will lift your pelvis and let you sit up a little bit taller. Make any adjustments that you need. Close the eyes. We'll take 3 big clearing breaths. Inhale through the nose. And a big sigh out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. And then one more like that. Deep inhale through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth. Hi, Nikki. We're just starting seated. So then taking a moment now to just check in with yourself, scan the body, feel anything that's coming up for you this evening. So any aches or pains, any stiffness, anything mentally that might be holding on from your day. Just acknowledging what's there. Or maybe nothing's there. And then start to follow your breath. So your natural cycle of breath. Just a few moments here watching the inhale and the exhale. Notice the rhythm, the depth of the breath. And then quietly bring your hands into prayer in front of the heart. And take a moment to consider your intention for your practice this evening. A positive statement or just a positive word that you'd like to bring to your practice, or something that might help you through the week ahead. We'll take an inhale together. Send out the intention with your exhale. Release the hands down and come forward to all fours. So tabletop, the wrists are under the shoulders, the fingers spread wide, and your knees under the hips. On your inhale, start to take your gaze up towards the ceiling. Feel like you're lengthening the spine. No discomfort in the back at all. On your exhale, round the back for cat pose. So you round the back, tuck your chin towards your chest, push the mat away. On an inhale, moving back into cow. So you draw the gaze up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, round the back, cat pose. Once more into cow, inhale. So my cue for the breath is just a guide. Don't get too worried if you can't follow that. Exhale into cat. Just make sure that you are breathing. And then come to a neutral spine. So look down in front of the fingertips. Make sure you're not sinking down. Push into the hands and engage through the shoulders. Bring your big toes to touch. Push back to child's pose. Seat to heels. And the hands extend forward. Let your head rest. And take a few deep breaths here. Notice how this breath feels. So big, expansive inhales. complete exhales. Couple more like this. Inhale, and the breath moves into the back of the body. Exhale. Let it all go. One more breath like that. Deep inhale. And exhale. We're going to take a side stretch. So walk your hands over to the right. They come off of the mat. Keep sinking your hips towards your heels and let your forehead rest down. And then direct the breath or breathe deeply into your left side where you should be feeling that stretch from your left hip crease all the way to your fingertips. One more breath here. And slowly bring the hands back to the center and then over to the other side. Let the head relax down, arms can relax, and deepen the breath. Two more big breaths here. Bring the hands back to center. Come onto all fours. Wrists under the shoulders, tuck the toes. We'll push back to downward facing dog. But lift your sit bones high. The arms are nice and straight, but you can keep your knees as bent as you need to. So that helps to release the hamstrings and the lower back. And then we're going to gently walk the feet out. So bending one knee as you push the opposite heel down and switch sides. You might get some clicks and pops out of the toes. Keep going. Now, if down dog starts to feel quite strong on your wrists or shoulders, you can always modify by dropping down to all fours. And then come to stillness here. Just feel this upside down V shape. Try and drop your chest down towards your thighs. Good. And lift your bum up. And the heels are working towards the mat, but it doesn't matter if they never touch the mat. On an inhale, come forward into high plank. And on an exhale, release your knees down. So we're in this modified plank. Not on all fours. The knees are further back. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, lower down by bending your elbows. They stay close to your sides. Point the toes. Push the tops of the feet down. Gently hug the shoulders, shoulder blades in. And let the forehead be on the mat. On an inhale breath, lift the chest and the hands and just come up a little way, just a few inches. Baby cobra. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift the chest and the hands. Push the tops of the feet down. Exhale to lower. Once more like that. Inhale, lift. See if you can lengthen through the top of the head. Exhale to lower. Inhale, tuck the toes, push back, seat to heels. And on your exhale, come up to downward facing dog, or all fours. Take 2 breaths here. On your next inhale, come forward, high plank. On the exhale, drop the knees down. Take an inhale here. Draw the belly in. On the exhale, lower down onto your belly. Point the toes, push the tops of the feet down. Inhale for that baby cobra. Lift the chest and the hands. Keep looking down. You don't want to crunch into the back of the neck. Exhale to lower. This time, keep the hands on the mat. And on your inhale, a little push into the hands to lift up. Only come up as high as is comfy on the back. Exhale to release. Inhale, tuck the toes, push back, seat to heels. And exhale to down dog, or all fours. 2 full breaths here. You can always make some little adjustments to get comfy and then settle back to the breath. On an exhale, look forward, bend the knees slightly, and then step the feet to the hands at the top of the mat. Halfway lift on an inhale, hands on the shins, lengthen the spine. Let's hold it here. You can always bend your knees if the hamstrings are tight. And you want a nice flat back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lengthen through the top of the head. On an exhale, fold forwards, over bent knees, and make sure your feet are about hip width apart. And take ragdoll, hands onto opposite elbows, or you kind of lace the arms around, and let everything dangle. Give the head a shake, yes and no. Let the arms be floppy, no tension through the neck and the shoulders. And then maybe you sway backwards and forwards. Just notice how that feels, and you're still breathing. And then from side to side, let the weight move through the soles of the feet. It's not just the arms, it's the whole torso. Even the legs are moving a little bit. And then come to stillness. Release the hands down. Bring your hands onto your hips. Push into your feet. Use an inhale to rise up with a long spine. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. On your next inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale, hands in prayer in front of the heart. Good. Standing tall, so either a soft gaze, your drishti, or you can close the eyes. Stabilize your breath. And notice the heartbeat a little bit faster after a gentle warm-up. We're going to flow through a couple of rounds of Sun Salute A, which we've done for the last couple of weeks. And release your hands down by your sides. Feel the feet on the floor. Lengthen through the top of the head. On an inhale, reach the hands out and up. Palms touch at the top. And exhale to forward fold. Bring the prayer down the center line and fold forward, leading with the heart. Release the hands. Halfway lift on your inhale. Keep breathing. Exhale, step back to your plank. So either a high plank or modified with the knees down. Take an inhale here. Exhale as you lower. Lowering with some control. Point the toes. Inhale for cobra. Push into your hands. Lift the chest and draw the chest through. Exhale to lower. Inhale, tuck the toes, push back, seat to heels. And exhale to down dog or stay on all fours. Good. Take 2 breaths here. The fingers spread wide. Soften the shoulders, lift the tailbone. On your exhale, look forwards. Step to the top of the mat. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale as you fold in. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Press the palms. Exhale, hands in prayer in front of the heart. And find stillness. Stabilize the breath. Maybe remember your intention or just the reason that you are doing the class. And release your hands down. We'll flow through one more time. Inhale, reach up, look up, big stretch. Exhale to forward fold. Bend the knees any amount. Let the head go. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank. Modify with the knees down. Take an inhale. Exhale, you lower. Elbows into the sides. Point the toes. Inhale for cobra. Lift the chest. Exhale to release. Inhale, tuck the toes, push back seat to heels. Exhale to down dog or all fours. Always feel free to modify as much as you need to, and you can always take a break if you need to. 2 breaths. Push into your hands to take the weight more into your legs. On your next exhale, look forward. Step to the top of the mat. No rush. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Step the right foot back for a lunge. Keep the back knee lifted. So the left knee is over the left ankle, and you're really on the toe mound of the back foot. The back thigh is pushing up towards the ceiling. Good. Strong legs. And then we're going to come up by bringing our hands onto the front thigh. Still strong legs. Lift the chest. Lunge a little bit more deeply into the front knee. Shoulders over the hips. Hands onto your hips. Just notice we want the hips to square towards the front edge of the mat. So right hip forward, left hip back. Either stay like this or reach the hands high. Crescent lunge. And relax your shoulders down. Building the pose from the ground up. So feel your feet on the mat. Legs are strong. Maybe the belly is drawing in a little bit to support the back. Shoulders are soft and the fingers are reaching up towards the ceiling. On your exhale, bring your hands down. Take your right hand under your right shoulder, fingers spread wide. And then twist open to your left, reaching the left hand up to the ceiling. You've got this long line from your left fingertips down to the right hand. And the legs are exactly the same. Still strong foundation through the feet. Legs are strong, opening up through the chest. Take one more breath here. And then release the left hand down. Inhale to step forward, halfway lift. Flat back. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back. Finding that lunge on the second side. So find your feet. Feel the footprint, the right footprint on the mat. Toe mound of the left foot on the mat. Bring your hands up onto the front thigh. Stabilize. Lift the shoulders. Bring your hands onto your hips. Square the hips towards the front of the mat. Left hip forward, right hip back. And you need to make sure the feet are hip distant. Nice sturdy base. Can you lunge a little bit more deeply into the front knee? Good. And then the option to reach the hands high for 2 breaths. On your exhale, bring the hands down. Left hand under the left shoulder, twisting to your right. Relax the shoulders down, still strong through the legs. One more breath here, open up. And then release the right hand down. On your inhale, step forward. If you need to take a few hops forward, that's fine. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale as you fold in. Inhale, we rise up, reverse swan dive, hands out to the sides and up, palms touch. Exhale, prayer in front of the heart. Close the eyes. Be aware of new sensations that are coming up in the body. Release the hands down. Bring your big toes to touch. And there's a little gap between the heels. If it's more comfortable for you to have the feet hip width, go ahead. On an inhale, reach the hands up to the ceiling. Keep the hands shoulder width. On your exhale, bend the knees and sit down into chair pose. Squeeze your legs together if you can. Sit a little bit deeper. Lift the chest. Keep breathing. Good. One more breath. On your exhale, fold forwards. We're going to step back to downward facing dog. Feel that upside down V shape. And then carefully step your right foot forwards. Right toes point forward. The back heel drops down. We're setting up for warrior one. So the back toes turn out towards sort of 10 o'clock. You're lunging into the front knee. Make sure you can feel that back foot on the mat. If you need to shorten the stance, go ahead. Again, bring your hands up onto the front knee. Slowly straighten up. Hands come onto the hips. So it's a lunge into the right knee. Strong through the back leg. Push the right hip back a little bit. Left hip forwards. And then the option to reach your hands high. Warrior one. And then the gaze is either down to the floor in front of you or just straight ahead. Good. Relax the shoulders. On your exhale, bring your hands down. Step back to down dog. And we'll go on to the second side. So stepping your left foot forward. Drop the back heel down. Shorten the stance as much as you need to. And then gently come up onto the front thigh. Hands come onto the hips. Shoulders stack over the hips. And then the option to reach the hands up for 2 breaths. Lunge a little bit deeper into the front knee. And keep pushing into that back foot. The back outside edge of the back foot wants to lift up, so push that down. On your exhale, bring your hands down either side of the left foot. Step back to down dog. And we're going to move through what we call a vinyasa, this connecting flow. Inhale to your plank. Modify with your knees down if you need to. Take another inhale here to prepare. Exhale, lower slowly onto your belly. Point your toes, legs are strong. Inhale for cobra, lift the chest, any amount. Exhale to lower. Inhale to all fours. Bring the big toes to touch and push back to child's pose. The knees can be as wide as you want, so they might be together or out towards the edges of the mat. Rest the head down, the forearms, elbows, shoulders all relaxed. Forehead rests. Take a few deep breaths here. And then slowly walk your hands in, come up to sit. Drop your hips to one side and extend the legs forward. Flex the feet. Wriggle to find your sit bones. So now your foundation is your heels, the backs of the legs, your sit bones. Shoulders are stacked over the hips, hands by your hips. gazing towards the big toes for 3 breaths. We're lifting up and out of the waist. Shoulders and the face relax. On your next inhale, grow a little bit taller. On the exhale, start to fold forward. So this is where you might need to bend your knees. And you want to keep this long spine. When you start to round, back off again, straighten up. And then bring your hands either side of your legs. And that's where you stop. Look down towards your shins, so we're lengthening the neck. Good. And breathe here. 3 breaths. You may feel the stretch in the back of the legs, maybe release through the hips or the lower back. And notice where you're feeling it and then breathe into those sensations. Gently rise back up. Bend the right knee and then turn the knee out to the sides, Janu Shirshasana. So the right foot comes towards the top of the left thigh. If there's any discomfort in the knee, you can use a block under the leg or just move that foot down the leg. Inhale, lifts the chest. Exhale, coming forward again until you find that resistance, and that's where you stop. You don't need to fold deeply, just work with your edge. You want to feel long here, as if you're drawing your breastbone towards the big toe. The hands can just rest on the ground, shoulders and arms are soft. One more breath here. And then rise back up. Switch sides, bring the right knee in, draw the left knee up, turn the left knee out to the side. Left foot on the inside of the right leg. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, hinging forward. You might not go that far, and that's fine, as long as you can feel the sensations and be aware of whatever's coming up. If it's tight in the hamstring, you can always bend the right knee, but we want the right foot to be flexed, toes up towards the ceiling. One more breath. Inhale, rising up. Draw the left knee up. Push the left heel away from you and then draw the right knee in again. And we're going to come into a seated twist. Just plant the right foot on the inside of the left knee. Bring your right hand behind the back on fingertips, so that's like a little prop, so you can sit up nice and tall. Inhale, reach the left hand high, lengthen through your side waist, stretch through the armpit. And then exhale, twist to your right, and we're just going to hug the right knee here. Inhale, lift up through the top of the head. Exhale, twist to the right, and the gaze or the head turns any amount as long as it's comfortable for your neck. We'll take 2 breaths here. Relax the shoulders. So this is all about the twist through the torso. On your next inhale, come back to center. And we'll just switch sides. Kick the right heel away. Bend the left knee. Left hand behind on fingertips. Inhale, reach the right hand high. Exhale, twist to your left and hug that left knee in. I mean, to be honest, I still find that quite awkward. I kind of have to grip my trousers to be able to hold on to the leg. We take 2 more breaths. Close the eyes. Feel a bit of a lift up on your inhale. And then a softening on the exhale. 1 more breath. Come back to center. Take a cross-legged seat, the right shin in front. Inhale to sit tall. Exhale to fold forward over the crossed legs. Again, come down any amount. Look down. You can even let the chin relax down towards the chest. And then breathe into that stretch through the outside of the legs. Two more breaths here. On your next inhale, rise back up. And then switch the cross of the legs. Left shin in front. Inhale to grow tall. Exhale to fold forward, keeping that length. And you might come down onto your hands. Maybe you can come down onto your forearms. Let the head go. Chin to chest. And enjoy that stretch through the back of the neck and shoulders. Two more breaths. Slowly come back up. Bend the knees. Plant the feet. And then we're going to roll down onto our backs. Knees bent, feet flat, one hand on the chest, one hand on the belly. Allow the body to be heavy into the mat. Feel the sensations that are there, the heartbeat, any rhythms, any pulsing. The gentle rhythm of the breath. And bring your hands down by the sides. The palms push into the mat. Feet are hip width parallel. You should just be able to touch your heels with your middle fingers. And we're going to take that dynamic bridge. So moving with the breath. On your inhale, push into the feet, lift the hips up. On your exhale, gently lower everything back down, no rush. 4 more times. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, you lower. And even here, we're keeping the spine nice and long. Inhale, lift up, tailbone directs towards your knees. Exhale to lower. 2 more. Inhale, push into your feet and your hands to lift the hips up. Exhale, you release down. Once more. Inhale, hips lift. Maybe your chest draws towards your chin. Exhale, slowly releasing. Let the back settle. Bring opposite hand to the chest, opposite hand to the belly. And we'll sigh it out through the mouth. So inhale through the nose. And exhale out the mouth. And to release the lower back, bring the soles of the feet together and drop your knees out to the side, Supta Baddha Konasana. If this is too strong on your inner thighs, then you can keep your feet flat and then just knock the knees together. Take 3 full breaths here. So as you inhale, everything expands, chest, belly, back, sides. On your exhale, everything draws in. 2 more like that. Big inhale. feet, exhale. One more. Bring the legs together. We'll take a twist. So gently just push into your feet, lift your hips up a little bit, bump them a little way over to the left. We're going to roll the knees over to the right. And do whatever you need to adjust here so that it feels comfortable. And the idea is that once you've shifted your hips a little bit and then rolled the knees over, the spine is in a straight line. And your left arm comes out to the side, right arm can rest on the outside of the left thigh or maybe on your belly or out in a T shape. Turn the head gently towards the left. Let everything settle. So the left shoulder, the back, the hips, the belly, the knees, the feet and the ankles. And take 3 deep breaths. Bring your knees back to center. Just take a moment to draw them in towards the chest, realign the spine, then drop the feet back down. Push into the feet, lift the hips, bump them to the right, and drop your knees to the left. Same thing, second side. And make any adjustments that you need. Let your left hand rest where's comfortable, outside of the right leg or on your belly. The right arm extends out. And then let the head roll towards the right side, as long as that's okay for the neck. And we scan the body, so from the head, the neck and the shoulders, letting go of any tension that you can feel. The upper back, middle back, lower back and the belly, the hips, the thighs, the knees, lower leg, ankles and feet. Everything is passive. And then take 3 deep breaths. And you can use each exhale as a way of letting go of any tension that's still holding. And slowly the knees come back. Bring them into the chest, neutralize the spine, and place the feet back down. And we come into Shavasana, our final pose, lying on your backs with the legs extended. So extend the right leg long, left leg long, wriggle your hips so that becomes comfortable, the lower back. The arms are down by your sides, turn your palms up towards the ceiling and wriggle your shoulder blades under the back. Make any final adjustments that you need here. Let the whole body be heavy and still. We'll take a few moments here in Shavasana to let the body absorb all of the benefits of the practice. And slowly start to reconnect to the breath. Deepen the breath. And start to make some movements with your fingers and your toes, the wrists and the ankles. Maybe roll the head from side to side. Reach your arms overhead, stretch your fingers away from your toes. Enjoy this big full body stretch. And then release the arms down by the sides. Carefully bring your knees in and then roll onto one side or the other, supporting your head with your arm or your hand in the fetal position. Keeping the eyes closed, just take a moment to let go of anything that's not going to serve you this evening, physically, mentally, or emotionally. Use your hands to come up to a comfortable seat and bring the hands into prayer in front of the heart, eyes closed. And be still so you're able to feel and observe how you feel now in the body, the mind, and the breath. Bring the thumbs to the third eye, the space between the eyebrows, and quietly, silently repeat your intention or the reason that you did the class this evening. And bow the head to the heart to seal the practice. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Stop.